Olebogeng, thank you so much for your time. Good morning to you and welcome to the South African Morning. I mean, we continue to send our condolences to you and your family during this time. But, I mean, perhaps share with us an update here. Have you heard from the Gauteng department since that inquiry was, done, since that compensation was promised to you as a family?
Good morning and good morning to your viewers. Look, we had several meetings with the Gauteng government, but they are very arrogant, very, very arrogant. They don't want to help in this regard. We tried to resolve this amicably, and of which we shouldn't be having meetings because there was a judgment that was done by the former Deputy Chief Justice, the Senate. So we have been up and down with these people. I mean, remember, they killed and tortured our people. We're talking about the ruling party employees who doesn't want to comply with the verdict that was done by Moseneke. At this point in time, they telling us about the curator and so forth. But remember, in the arbitration, there was 134 families at the arbitration. So the Moseneke made it clear that there will be families that were going to come after, and they must be treated the same way as the first group. But it's not happening. It's not happening. The families are going through a lot.
So what's the problem here? What is the government saying to you? Why do they not want to honor that judgment?
Look, from our take, it's corruption. You remember this government is full of corruption. One, they split the money into half. For what, we don't know. They said they want to give families 50% of the money, of which they have given some of the families that money. Some are still waiting for their compensation. They haven't even received a single cent. Then they said they're going to give the patient. The patient was directly affected by this instance, by this tragedy.
Right.
So we said, no problem. As long as families are going to be administrator of these funds. In my instance, let's say me, my brother was affected by this marathon. I am going to be administering his money,
right,
looking after him. But now the government doesn't want that. They want to appoint someone as a curator to administer the funds.
Yeah.
But no, we are not agreeing with that. Because the first 124 were paid full amount, 1.2. So the second family, they want to be paid as the first group.
So, Olebogeng, since the last conversation you had with the Gauteng government, what have they said to you?
We didn't agree. They wanted to apply at the High Court. How are they going to give families the second 50%? But families, we didn't agree. We said, let's interrogate these processes. Let's come with an agreement, collectively so. But now, the thing is, the Gauteng government, they are phoning families behind representatives. They are phoning families one by one because they want to convince them to agree with them. Of which families, now we have appointed a law firm, Ulrich and Associates law firm, to help us in this regard.
When we talk about the help that you're sorting from your legal representative, what steps are you taking next? What legal advice have you received, and what are your next steps?
Look, we have signed a contingency agreement with our law firm that we have appointed the families. They are handling that. I think if need be, we will go as far as we can. If we have to go to Constitutional Court, let it be. But we have given everything to the law firm. They are handling that. I think if you can get in contact with them, they will give you the feedback exactly where are we right now.
With that being said, Olebogeng, I mean, it's 5 years on since this tragedy has transpired. The inquiry report was published. The judgment was handed over. 5 years on, as a family, after everything you've been through, what would you like to see happen next?
We just need a simple thing. The Moseneke's verdict must be implemented as it is. And it's simple. If it's still difficult for them to release funds because it seems like they don't trust us with our last one's money. I mean, we suggested that pay this fund into the trust fund of our lawyers.
All right.
Our lawyers will handle this. If you can pay in the trust fund of the lawyers, we will. Look, we don't want to deal with Gauteng government because they are very arrogant and they have put us in this painful, gruesome, painful journey. So we don't want to deal with them anymore. Let them pay the funds. We want that fund to get out of their hands because they are corrupt. As long as the fund is with our lawyers.
All right, Olebogeng Ntaolang, so we'll leave it. Family representative for one of the patients at Life Esidimeni. And I think this conversation would definitely need to be pursued further with the family's legal representatives, the lawyers involved in pursuing this legal even further.